ScarAudio.com. Whether you're tailgating before a game or heading to the playoffs, experience premium sound with ScarAudio.com. Cutting edge speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers engineered for maximum impact. Elevate your ride today at ScarAudio.com.
The Power Hour.
Drives on Michael Porter Jr., runs it up. No, slam follow. Carl Anthony Towns. He soared in from the wing. He puts the Wolves up 7 with 39 seconds left. Jokic up into the front court. Off to KCP. He'll rise up for the three. It's offline. Towns has got the rebound with 30 seconds left. The Nuggets will back off. They won't foul. It's over. It's over.
It's over, Johnny. Go ahead, Zacho.
The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. Thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Yeah, you heard it right. Well, you would have heard it right here on the Fan last night. We had some signal problems during Alan Horton's the biggest call of his career thus far. Who was it? Johnny Athletics said best game in the history of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
I think that's fair.
Hard to argue that, right?
You could argue you want to go back to the other Game 7, right? Not having Chris Webber's three go in at the end is arguably the now second biggest game, but I would argue this is bigger.
Yeah, it was everything you'd want in a game. And as Cory has said all morning, we were watching it as going, we don't do this. We don't come back from 20 down. We lay down. It's not going to work out. And it did. It went
kind of
perfectly.
like the Minneapolis Miracle, where it's like, this doesn't happen to us.
No, correct.
Yeah. So as a fan, you're already, you know, defeated.
Yeah, but unlike the Minneapolis Miracle, this team can win the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You are
They
correct.
I don't think anybody thought Case Keenum was going to take us to the Super Bowl.
The Patriots would have
How
killed
did
him.
we not bring him back?
But let's not do a revisionist history. Even when the Wolves were losing those 3 consecutive games to the Nuggets, we all started to say, even though it looked really grim there for a second, it looked like this was the finals in round 2, right? It's, man, whoever wins this is probably winning the West. And that's still when most of us thought Oklahoma City would emerge from the other series. Now it's even more true, right?
Yeah,
This doesn't happen to us. Not only did we come back and win game 6 and 7, but the gates are opening for a clear path.
Somebody left the gate open.
The Mavericks aren't complete pushovers, but this is kind of a dream Western Conference final matchup.
Yeah.
Stay healthy, and we can do this.
But hold on there, Cory.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Oh, wet blanket coming.
Well, it's the Western Conference Finals. Like, are we overlooking them? Like, are we giving them?
No.
Like, I don't want to get
we're
this.
sweeping.
I don't want to get this idea that we can just like sort of roll in and we're just gonna like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take care of business, get to the finals. Like, there's something about this Mavericks team, obviously that they're good enough to be in this situation. So I cannot think that far. Like, I can't get that overconfident.
All I'm saying is the Wolves have every right to be favored, and they should be, and they are, right?
Yeah.
It made a little bit of sense that the Suns were favored over the Wolves just because they had won all 3 regular season games by double figures. So it's like, geez, I know we're the higher seed, but this looks like on paper this could be a really bad matchup. If you watch those 4 games, it wasn't. No. But we didn't know that going in, right? So they were slight dogs against Phoenix. It made a ton of sense that they were slight underdogs against the defending champs that have home court advantage in round 2. But now it's the opposite. We have home court. We're the better team. We're healthy. We have every right to be favored. We should be favored. On DraftKings, they're minus 170 to win this series, and they're 4-point favorites in game 1. So I don't think this is we're going to walk over them. This is for a rip.
No.
I'm going to be very surprised if the Mavericks win this series, if it isn't due to significant injury with the Wolves, right? If you lose Ant in game 1, then all bets are off. But if the Wolves stay healthy, I'm going to be surprised if they beat us. Like, surprised. Not beyond shocked, but I'm going to be surprised if this team finds a way to get past us. So I fully expect us to be talking about Celtics, Wolves, KG finals.
How about that?
In a couple of weeks.
Man.
To Ben's tap the brakes moment there, I think about that. We lost 3 games in a row, right? Against
Badly.
the Nuggets. Yeah.
A couple of them really badly.
Everybody was like, oh, we're done. Mm-hmm. We're absolutely done. You know, as fans, as we just understand that that's probably going to, if they lose game 1, how much is that tenor going to change? Again, for the Wolves fans going, oh, we got this.
I'm going to argue what I argued the entire Denver series. It's not even about the loss. It's the way that they lose, right?
Yeah.
If you just don't look like you have anything, which the Wolves had about 2.5, almost 3 times in this last series, that's going to be super frustrating if you come out and get just trounced in game 1 by 25 points to Dallas. If it's back and forth and you lose and a couple of small tweaks can be made, I don't think there's going to be massive panic. Yeah. I really don't.
There shouldn't be.
You just can't get blown out in game 1, but I don't think they're going to. I think it's way more likely they blow them out in game 1.
And even if they do, we've seen how resilient this team is. I don't care if they lost by 50 in game 1. I'm still going to believe that they're going to win the rest of the series. Like I don't think it matters, honestly, because I believe in this team. They just overcame a 20-point deficit against the reigning champs and the 3-time MVP on the freaking road. Like, come on now. Like, I'm never gonna give up faith in this team. They could get smoked 3 times in a row, and they could be down 3-rip. They'll be the first team to make a 3-rip comeback. But that ain't happening because they're gonna gentlemen sweep the Mavericks.
I never saw somebody jump balls. Does that happen in NBA?
I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a couple of years. They got to just get rid of the jump balls completely in the NBA. Do the possession arrow. I hate jump balls.
The jump ball's stupid.
So dumb.
I thought you were looking at a different website.
Am I the only one that I don't understand? It ended up not mattering. The time that Christian Brown and Jaden McDaniels got tied up. Yeah. Why the hell did Jamal Murray end up at midcourt?
That was odd. Yeah.
And then they took Christian Brown out of the game, and I'm going, well, this is better for us because Murray's shorter than Christian Brown, I think, by a couple of inches. But how did that get missed by the officials? That was Christian Brown and Jaden McDaniels, and then Jamal Murray jumped it. What am I missing there?
I have no idea. Is that like if you call it timeout, can you switch guys?
I don't know.
So. I have no idea.
I wondered about the jump ball to begin with. Because Brown didn't even have any sort of possession of the ball. Yeah. The ball was cradled into the chest of our Wolves player, and he had like a finger. He was like leaning over, had a finger. Like, why is that a jump ball?
And that was a jump ball after a jump ball when Mike Conley was panicking and trying to call a timeout, but they gave it. Which he did. I think Contavious Caldwell-Pope had his hands on the ball pretty quickly, but they didn't give Conley the timeout. So then off of that jump ball, the scramble for that loose ball broke out, and Ant almost had it, Brown almost had it, and then McDaniels comes up with it, but then they give the jump ball, and somehow mysteriously Christian Brown's on the bench and Jamal Murray's jumping at half court.
Then the one between Joker and Cat should have been a jump ball, and they called it a foul. Yeah. That was weird too. And to the timeout bit with Conley, he's calling timeout, and the ref is watching the scrum happen, and he just let it go. Conley has possession of the ball. See, big voice guy gets it.
Even so, the jump ball's dumb.
No, the jump ball sucks.
It's not like the face-off in hockey. That makes sense. I understand that you just drop the puck, but trying to throw it straight up and there's 7-footers that are batting at it before it even reaches its peak and stuff. It's just stupid. Let's just do possession arrow.
Hawk loved the film face-off.
Possession arrow.
I will say this though, we're kind of debating some of the officiating decisions and calls, and like it's didn't make a lot of sense. I will say overall from a viewing experience, I'm so glad that like it's playoff basketball and they're letting these guys play. It's enjoyable to see the physicality that they let these guys play with. Now, I don't always agree with Joker just lowering his shoulder and just battering Ram his way down into the post. I think that's got to be called a little bit more. But as far as like the way that they let these guys play, like it's like back in the 80s and 90s when we're watching basketball. Like,
I agree.
They need to have a little bit more of that in the regular season. And I get it. Like these guys are bigger, faster, stronger. Maybe the guys would break down a little bit more, but like it's enjoyable to watch these guys just sort of hammer on each other.
But isn't it like the NFL, like early in the season when they have like rule changes and they're calling everything early on, and then by the time you get to playoffs, now they kind of like loosen up a little bit, which is nice to see.
It's nice to see. Yes.
Depends on the crew.
Yeah,
go ahead, Maxwell.
No, I just was going to say that physicality only plays into the Wolves' favor because they're already the number one defense with whistles being called, with how officiating can be so inconsistent. So that only plays into the Wolves' favor. If they're going to let them play, the Wolves' defense is just going to be that much better because nobody can outbody us and outmuscle
They're
us.
built for bully ball. That's what they're built for.
Is the NBA at all victim to the home field advantage? I mean, the fact that we're the top seed means we have the home field advantage, right?
Yeah, well, we have the home field
against
next
Dallas.
series.
Does that help us at all in any way?
Well, it's hard to tell because the Wolves won 2 in Denver and then they lost 2 here in the Target Center, but they've been good at home all season. They've been good on the road all season, and the Target Center has a new type of energy that, I mean, I've been to playoff games before, but that last one, Game 6, was something special, man. Wow. We're really cooking up something special here. Chris Finch, all the players have said it themselves that the fans do so much to just uplift this team. So I think, hell yeah, it definitely adds an advantage.
I mean, Friday is the start of a holiday weekend. That game on Friday will be electric.
Yeah, I agree.
Electric.
Thanks,
I would bet there are people that are changing their plans to go up north that are like, we're going to the game. I mean, we've never
afford it.
Right. Well, yeah. Did you hear that stat?
Yeah.
$12,000 for a second row seat.
For a second row, you're not on the floor.
But that's
aftermarket.
That's what they're asking.
But
right.
That's insanity.
Yeah, I think the tickets go on sale today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be sweet now. That guy loves it.
Yeah, he's getting a ticket for sure.
Yeah. That's going to be the Timberwolves riding those horses all around town, baby.
Yeah, it's sweet, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very fun, right? I mean, it's been 20 years since they played basketball this late into the season. They're 2 months done by this point.
And they're just so much fun to watch. They're not just winning; they have swag.
Yeah,
they have personality. They're in your face, and they're having fun. And so the rest of the Twin Cities, like, this isn't the boring ass 2003, 2004 Detroit Pistons or like the San Antonio Spurs. This is a team with attitude, with swag, with personality, and they're so easy to root for. And they bring so much joy to the game that it just makes it so easy to watch and have fun, man.
You know, Max, so the one play that maybe you guys talked about before I got on that I just. It sort of epitomizes their defense, their personality. When Nas late in the game had to recover and dove into the lane to tip that ball, I'm like, this team's got it, man. Like they get it. They get it. Like that's the little plays that matter. You know, whether or not you make that play again in the future and it goes your way, it doesn't go your way, but the effort at that point in the game, that's what you need.
And I know Cat's follow-up dunk was kind of the clincher, and that's when Denver called it off. But Nas's tip dunk 2 minutes before that was truly my moment personally where I'm like, it's over. We have it. Everything's going our way. The bounces are going our way. Because Rudy's fadeaway turnaround put us up 4 with 7.5 minutes to go. There's a lot that can happen in 7.5 minutes. That was only a 4-point lead. That Nas dunk just felt like, nope. Not going to happen. 3.5 or so minutes to go. This is ours. We got this.
34 points in the second half. 34.
37.
37.
Right.
37, 34.
They scored 29 in just the second quarter.
Right.
And then they held them to 37
it's unreal.
In the second half.
I was telling these guys, I was listening to it on the radio as I was driving home, and we were getting our butts whooped. And then I got into my place, and I thought, I'm going to turn on the TV just so I know I can talk, and we were tied. And I'm like, how did that happen? I mean, I couldn't have been more shocked. I thought the game was over. I think everybody thought the game was over except for the team itself, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I believe Guernsey himself asked Rudy Gobert what changed in the second half.
I mean, we were like, let's go. Let's give everything we got. Let's keep. There's a lot of things that we weren't doing as good as we thought we could be. We weren't playing like the team that we could be, that we could play like. And we came out aggressive, making the right play, getting stops, running, and 15 points in the NBA is nothing. You can always come back. So credit to the guys, man. Mike and Kat, Jaden. Nas, every single guy in the locker room, man, for keep believing, and we never give up. That's who we are. That's who we're gonna be no matter what. Adversity is gonna come. Sometimes we're gonna make mistakes. Every time we're gonna make mistakes, but we keep trusting one another, and we never stop.
Even if you had belief at halftime, though, the first minute and a half of the third quarter where Murray scores 5 points and now it's a 20-point lead.
Yeah.
It's like, God, we had to come out guns blazing, and now we're down 20.
Yeah.
So you just wanted that first couple of minutes to go our way, and when that first minute and a half went the opposite way, hope was fading pretty
that
fast.
Guy kept yelling, though.
That second one was a three-pointer that put him up 58-38, and then it was game on.
Yes,
I agree.
It was sweet, man. It was awesome.
There we are.
Man.
Here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks to Builders Remodelers for Fan 5 there.
There's only one winner, right?
MVP of the last two games, if you combine Game 6 and 7, MVP is Jaden McDaniels.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, that block early on Gordon was a sick play.
Right.
That was a sweet
and
play.
My God, did Aaron Gordon disappear.
He meets us.
What game was it, 2? No, not 2. That's when we killed him. So game 4?
It was game 4.
Yeah,
when
game
he's
2
like,
that we lost. The second
10 straight
just
buckets. Yeah.
And we all said, all right, that's abnormal for Aaron Gordon. He's a very good player, but he's not that good.
No.
He can't shoot that well. 4 freaking points in game 7.
Well, and how
4.
about Michael Porter Jr. just being a complete non-factor for the entire... He's their third best guy.
Yeah.
And he was nowhere to be found in any 7 of those games.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Only 7 points.
Blue.
The over-under on Porter Jr. must have been a little bit higher than that, right?
Man, his brother lost more money.
No, he made money because he would bet the under.
Who did what?
Oh, yeah.
Bets the unders.
Who do you?
Headlines later. Lieber's here. Muss is here. This is a Monday morning. You're home for the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Fan.
The Fan.
Listen, it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. We're all fired up about the Wolves, but we're also your home of the Minnesota Vikings. And I didn't realize today's the day, Ben. OTAs begin today.
How about that?
Their first of 10 OTA workouts at TCO Performance Center today. The Minnesota Vikings will have 3 workouts this week, with the other 2 happening tomorrow and on Thursday. OTAs involve what, Ben Lieber?
Well, it is just the basic install of both the offense and the defense and all that stuff. And so most veterans will be there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Jefferson's not there. But it is the voluntary part of on-the-field practice. And I would say 95% of the team will be there, and all the rookies and all that stuff. So it's full on in practice, helmets only. They might wear little spider shell pads on the shoulders, but it's non-contact. But it's a great time to get out there and just start learning everything and get somewhat of a speed of the new NFL.
Ben, this is a term you've used all the time though when you play.
Kiss me?
Kiss me. And are we bubble gut season yet?
A little, not too much, but a little bit. I mean, I mean, this is the time
more
where
like July.
We're 2 months from training camp.
Yeah, but
Let's go.
for
Right, Hogs.
it's not so much for the veterans, but the younger guys that are still fighting for spots. Like, this is the time you start laying the bricks down as far as, okay, I'm a different player. I've developed. I understand this now. Like, now I need to take the leap, and maybe I can get that starting spot or whatever. Like, you start making those impressions right now. Like, all of it matters. And then all of a sudden, if you put together a good offseason, you might go into camp maybe 1 notch higher on the depth chart, and then you get another opportunity, which is more snaps and all this and that, and who knows. So it's important. They're important reps, but not so much the bubble guts for like of the veteran guy. Like, Harrison Smith is not going to OTAs with bubble guts.
But
Right,
July
right.
5th, you are.
July 5th is when it starts percolating. There's a slow simmer.
Yeah, the gurgle starts.
Yeah.
So you're wearing meshies and just a helmet, right? I mean, that's it. But I have to ask you about this because we were talking about this before. No,
Mesh shorts, Hawks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. The what's the protective helmet cover
cup.
called?
I don't know.
Not
Magnum.
cup.
Brilliant. No, none of us know what that is, Max.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Except for you, man.
Yeah, Max. I've only heard about those.
The NFL has actually
The Halo bit?
has allowed that you can actually wear that in a game. How many players do you think will actually?
0.
Yes.
Same. Yeah.
0.
Practice.
It's like the
Probably,
pitchers.
but-
Do you remember when pitchers kept getting hit in the head and they had that like big baseball hat that was like a helmet under a hat and all that?
pretty awesome.
Nobody wears that.
That looked like you with that helmet riding that horse. Remember that? I never think about it. That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah, it's exactly what it looked like. I never thought of that before.
Although I will say this,
I do
Mus,
have a huge-
if
The
they say
helmet was huge.
No.
if they say like, okay, let's say you get a concussion in, let's say, week 1,
Right.
and you're like, no, you're in quote unquote concussion protocol. If they say like, well, you've passed most of the tests, and you can get on let's say you can get on the field, let's call it a game faster,
Right.
if you wear this protective magnum on your head.
Yeah.
Then I think guys would do it if they incentivize them to get back on the field and say the only way you can get back on the field is to wear this extra protection. I think guys would do it. Voluntarily, though, if there's no incentive, no way. No goofball's going to go out there
When
with
I
that
first
helmet.
asked you that, you're like, hell no.
And
No.
what's the thing they wear around their neck that some of the linebackers
Q
do?
chains?
Tie.
Thank you for your honesty.
I think they call that the Q collar.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
That has not been proven to work at all. It could just be the placebo effect of.
Yeah.
It's supposed to do something to create pressure with your. I think the arteries in your neck, and to create the pressure to keep the blood into your brain. I don't know if it actually works. If it doesn't work, if you're a player and you feel like it works, then by all means wear it.
As a linebacker, did you
You're not
ever?
a linebacker. Moss.
No, I said I'm looking right at.
He's interviewing him. Please,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
As a linebacker, did you ever do the neck roll? Remember how big those were?
Yes.
Well, hockey, you definitely had one.
Late 80s and in high school, we all wanted to be a linebacker for Penn State with the giant neck brace.
Yes. Well, at K-State, we had to.
Oh, really?
So at K-State, all the offensive linemen had to wear knee braces, and all the linebackers had to wear neck rolls.
No kidding.
Yeah. So we were all turtled up. We looked ridiculous.
I wanted to be Brian Bosworth.
Yeah, we were all just Brian
a
Bosworth.
half shirt with your belly hanging out.
Yeah, when you could barely wear a jersey in the 80s and 90s.
I think it was Sully once told me. I was asking
The pilot?
him about,
the guy who flew the plane
he was
into the Hudson.
outstanding. Yeah, he was the one that landed. He was. I was asking him about knee braces. I'm like, how is it that everybody in college wears knee braces as offensive linemen? And he goes, well, that's because you're not getting paid yet. So when you go to the NFL, you get injured, then you're gonna still get paid.
Well, yeah, I think that's part of it, but they're just cumbersome. I mean, I don't think that if you don't need to wear the knee brace, then don't wear the knee brace. Like when I tore my PCL and they're like, here's this like offloading knee brace that'll help you out. I go, I don't care. Like I'll rather run around with a torn PCL than wear this stupid knee brace because it was just
Grossy.
I couldn't run very fast. It was like I don't know. I hated it. I couldn't run. Yeah, it made me slower. How about that?
As a coach once told me, you run so slow, you kill grass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That seems right. Yeah, it seems right.
Yeah, so no.
He's right.
Real quick before you go into your stuff there, Cory Cook, we should mention Boston has taken the first game of the PWHL Championship Series against Minnesota. Boston's Jess Healy scored in the second period to give her team a 4-3 win yesterday in Lowell, Massachusetts. But it ain't over. Game 2 of the best-of-5 series will be played tomorrow.
Yeah, might have Taylor Heisey on the show later this week.
Oh, is that right?
hell yeah.
Yeah, because I think
she scored 2 goals.
I think game 3 is, I want to say Friday, I think Mr. Fun told me.
He died.
What? The first game in Minnesota.
That would make sense because
Sweet.
Game 2's tomorrow, so probably, yeah, right.
So,
Hell yeah, Beavis.
good luck to him.
Go Minnesota.
Taylor's super nice.
She's the best.
Yeah, man.
And Parker, right?
Yeah.
That's his girlfriend, right?
He told me his girlfriend plays for the team. He went out of his way to turn the game on yesterday when we were doing the pregame because he wanted to support his gal.
Yeah. She's real cool.
Yeah, she is cool. She was great when we had her on, yeah.
And there will be no Triple Crown winner because Mystic Dan failed. And they shot him after the race.
What?
Yeah, he got second, but it wasn't good enough. Yeah, hi. Seize the Gray was the winner, the 149th running of the race in Baltimore.
It's a good name.
Yeah, not bad. So there you go. Okay,
What's
Cory,
the
it's all
next
you, buddy.
one?
In Belmont.
Yeah.
Isn't that only like 6 horses?
Isn't that the
short-
club you used to go to? Cory?
Normally, it's a smaller field, longest race.
Did you do strokers on lean, man?
Excuse me?
Come on, Max. I love that horse.
What now?
It's a line from a Jermaine Dupri song.
Oh, okay.
Strokers on lean.
Did you turn around and sell it to Juve and Wayne?
Yeah. Did you put 30-inch Lorenzos on that thing, man?
Were you riding 2G Lax on Dubs?
Right. Did you have the Cadillac with the chromed out nose?
And the gator boots with the pimped out Gucci shoes?
What's going on?
I have no idea.
Keep it going, though. I love it.
I've lost track.
This is literally me and Sauce's entire text chain. It's just us texting each other big timers lyrics. Which, Saucy, did you hear the Hot Boys are coming back?
Oh, hell yeah, man.
What now?
Yeah.
The Hot Boys.
Yeah.
BG,
Really?
Juvenile, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
What's another good one?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We give him this.
Time for
Maybe don't say that out loud.
Headlines brought to you by our friends at Wolf River Electric. If you want to get turned on,
You know I do.
you can go solar and get those solar panels with Wolf River Electric.
Howdy ho.
Yeah, you should do that.
How do you?
How do you?
I'm sorry, I'm not good at things. I'm learning.
That's country western.
Yeah, that's what the Mavericks do down in Dallas.
Howdy.
The head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves will be on with Paul Allen at 9 o'clock. Chris Finch, right out of the gate, 9 o'clock.
Go.
Sweet.
Howdy,
On with PA, 9 to noon. Here's a cool stat.
Give it to me.
According to Veterans United, don't know how they measure this, but the best cities in the country for veterans, Tampa, Florida, and Rochester, Minnesota. Is it just because of the Mayo Clinic?
Probably because of Mayo
I
Clinic.
guess.
Probably.
Health
Yeah.
systems, I guess.
Good.
Maybe.
And that city rocks. I love Rochester.
Man, I do like
man.
the Rochester.
Yeah.
I love the Roch.
Whoa.
The Roch.
Love
That's what
getting
the
in
kids
that
call
rock.
it.
That's what the kids
Whoa,
call
whoa,
it.
whoa.
That's what the kids call it.
Howdy
Call it the
do with
chest.
your Roch.
No, they call it the
brilliant.
Roch.
A candidate for West Virginia Secretary of State was taking down his campaign signs when he was bitten by a couple of copperhead snakes last week.
Oh,
Son
God.
of a bitch.
Just quit.
It says a couple, by the way, not just one. A couple of them got him.
One's enough. Don't they know?
Do they travel in pairs?
I don't think they travel in fruit. No.
What is he, Noah?
I mean, just brilliant. Hawk. That was a great
Thank you.
line.
Thank you.
The new Ryan Reynolds movie If won the box office over the weekend with $35 million, but that was a pretty big disappointment. They had a pretty gigantic budget.
Yeah.
I saw it over the weekend with the kiddo.
And
Oh, no.
Yeah,
he
not
hasn't
good.
answered yet.
Hard pass.
I can tell by the beady eyes.
Yeah, it was not
Really?
good. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And it
What
was
a cast they have.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul?
about 3 months ago when the trailer came out.
Don't say that.
Hockey said it was
Don't
going
say
to be
this.
one of the greatest films of all
Yeah.
time.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah. How about
This is a spoiler,
Yes,
but
you did.
this is a spoiler. I don't even care because I'm kind of telling people you probably shouldn't go see this. It was so obvious in the first 10 minutes they were trying to make this a kid's Sixth Sense, but every parent knew the twist immediately. It was so obvious. So the 10-year-old was like, I didn't know this and this. And Angie and I are like, oh, God, that was 3 minutes in.
It is
So
for kiddies.
Yeah,
it's very
it's
true.
a movie for kids.
Here's the other mistake that I think they made. It is surprisingly, even though you can't really tell this from the trailer.
Hardcore?
It's about well, no, the opposite.
It's a fight club?
It's depressing almost the entire movie. So there's not a lot of fun.
Really?
It's just depressing and slow. It's depressing. It's all there's a lot.
Well, that sucks.
You know the first 20 minutes of Up, how they want to just kind of shock you with it.
Gosh, dude.
Think
I
of
fast
that
forward
for
through
most
that.
of the movie. You're just like, this is just
yeah, no.
depressing,
I
and
can't
there's
do
dead
that.
My
people, and
sweet
there's
Lord.
sadness, and it's like, ugh.
I
It was
can't
just
do
no
that.
fun.
Man, that is hard to watch up that first 20 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Hawk, we can't go watch If because you and I would just absolutely be
Kiss.
heave crying. Well,
Yeah, no, you're right. No,
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
would be spooning.
I'd have to take
yeah.
my mind off of it. Yeah, I'm with you. I can't take sad
Just paid
movies
for the
anymore.
one seat so that way we could hang out.
Something hanging out.
I've watched a Foo Fighters documentary with Hockey, and he cried from the beginning to the end.
That
You
checks
know,
out.
the air up there makes me cry.
And what was the?
We were on a plane, by the way. in case you're wondering.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of movies and cried together.
Sure.
All right, Ben, last one. I'll try to hustle because I know you got to go.
Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
A 26-year-old veterinarian says that she was starting a new job last week, and somebody brought in a pretty sick puppy.
Oh,
They did an x-ray, realized that the dog had eaten something that the dog should not have been eating. So they performed an emergency surgery and pulled out the obstruction.
Magnum.
You're on the right path a little bit.
adult toy.
Diaper.
Something with
Dog
a-
toy.
They told the owner what it was.
Dog adult toy.
The gal that brought the dog in. And the owner, the female, did not understand how this was possible because she didn't own a thong.
Oh, First of all, then it's her fault.
So
sniffing up the wrong butt.
she called her husband, and apparently the revelation was that it was another woman's thong. And that was how she found out her husband was cheating, was she got a thong removed from her dog with an emergency surgery.
See, he should have said it was his.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then the questions stop.
Yeah, like was it Billy from Overboard, right? He took the blame for Dean. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, we all remember that.
Great. Great film.
Oh, yeah.
All right, love you guys.
Bye, Ben. See you Thursday, Ben.
I'm glad you lived through the plane ride.
I
Yeah.
think his name was Billy, wasn't it?
You want to go halvesies on a plane? You'll have to do most of it, actually, not halvesies. You want to go 90s, 10s?
Sure, yeah, we can do that.
That's got 5 on
Yeah,
it.
You want to go 99? Well, yeah.
Well,
He'll
I'll ride it if you fly it.
I'll go 90s with you, Lieber, if you want.
Right. Bye, Benzo.
Bye-bye.
I know
Hey,
Kurt Russell's character was Dean Prophet. I know that for
Cory, can you ask him?
100%. Yes.
I'm sorry, ask him before he walks out. When are they doing the bit about him flying on the plane?
Is the plane thing today on Twin Cities Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be today.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Dean Prophet.
Dean
I
Prophet.
think his friend's name was.
Love you.
I think it was Billy.
Oh,
Didn't they remake Overboard and it was
Yeah, it was
hideous?
terrible. And
You
they
can't-
reversed the gender
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, they had to.
Goldie Hawn's character's last name was Stanton,
John
but now
Wilkes
I'm
Booth.
blanking on her
What?
first name.
John Wilkes Booth?
Poorly named. They had to change that in the sequel as well.
Grant Stanton,
Stanton, yeah. I knew. Hang
or
on.
Joanna Mintz
yeah.
Staten. I think it's Staten.
Staten?
Yeah, Staten. And then Edith Mintz.
But is
Billy
the
Pratt.
Yeah, okay, it is Billy.
Who the hell
And my day is made.
Man,
watches that
How
much
do you remember
Overboard?
that stuff?
I
craziest
lead an
memory.
empty existence.
My goodness.
Man, that was a good film.
48% of people expect a cashless society in their lifetime. Count me in that group, 100%.
Yeah.
48% of us think that in our lifetime we will not have paper or metal currency. It's going to be all digital.
Well,
There's been many places I've gone to where they like almost look at you like, oh, like you're handing over COVID. No, it's just cash.
There are a ton of places, especially kind of like mom and pop shops that just have a like a square
Yeah.
or clover kind of pad, and they'll just say we do not accept cash.
Right.
Just
How do you-
take it or leave it.
How do you buy pull tabs then?
Eventually, just digitally.
Yeah,
Probably you just play the e-pull tabs. Yeah, I went to the races and their card reader was broken, and there was only one that was actually. I had to walk. I felt like I was like, man, I don't have a single dollar bill to my name.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm going to do. They need cash, and I don't have any cash, but I have some in the bank somewhere. Need access to it.
I just love giving money to my kids, and it'll be like, hey, here's $100 for whatever thing you're going to go do, and give them cash, and watch them just go, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
Now I got
what?
Now I got to go to the bank.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's acceptable when a server leaves a tab on your table and they give you a pen to sign your bill with? Do you take the pen?
No.
Do you ever?
How nice is it?
I don't think I do.
Never once.
Nice.
I've also never once taken it, but according to a new survey, 39% of people say it's acceptable to swipe the pen.
What?
Yeah.
That's not your
Gary,
pen, man.
Gary.
Now they need. How's anybody going to sign any more things? No, that's not right.
It's not yours.
24% say it depends on the restaurant. 52% consider it, quote, always unacceptable.
Yeah.
Well, go to any appearance for K102 or KFAN, and you got to sign up for something. Those pens are stolen.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to tell you.
Those are like the cheapest Bic pens on the planet,
They're
though.
horrible.
Yeah.
So I was at Luther
Yeah,
the
we
other
stole
day.
those
Shout
from
out
a
to
different
Luther.
radio station.
Shout out to Luther.
They
And,
say KQRS on them.
and my guy Ben Hartson
Yeah, Ben.
gave me this Uniball Signa Impact 207 pen.
Wow.
And I've been geeking out about it all weekend. And I'm like, this is how you know you're old, when a $2.50 pen makes your weekend.
Somebody
I was
brought
so
in-
jacked for this pen. This is so cool.
Somebody
Thanks,
brought in
Ben.
a pen, a Sharpie. It was the best pen I'd ever written with. And so I went home and bought like a gross of them.
Yeah, I'm doing the
I've
same
never
thing.
done that junk before.
I'm doing the same thing. Ben gave me this pen, and I got home and I said to Angie, I go, we need to order these on Amazon. Ben said he got them on Amazon, and I
She's like,
did.
why are you here?
Yeah.
Right, then she said, why are
Good
you here?
pen is
Exactly.
Really,
Yeah, the
I agree.
The
Good pen
Pilot
stuff to beat.
G2 is my absolute favorite. I buy them every year for the Viking season.
I don't ever have one because my handwriting is so pee poor. I don't ever write things down. My handwriting, it's all notes in my phone.
Which are misspelled and stuff,
Correct.
too.
Yeah,
But
but,
at least
but
you
it'll
know.
correct it for me, right?
I like to write things.
I can't.
Same.
My handwriting is so bad.
I write everything. It just helps me retain it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I feel like if I type
Oh,
it,
hey,
it's
Rose.
gone. Like
Did
it's out of my mind if I type it.
Yeah,
like
right.
if I write it down, I actually like committed to it. But if I type it, I don't remember it at all.
Yep.
Did you ever write down the cast of Overboard? No. Is that how you remembered that?
I don't think so.
Hey, how
you
about
did.
how about this quick stat from Charch on
Good
the
movie.
Wolves Denver series? The Wolves defense held Denver to 20 or fewer points in a quarter 9 times, 18 or fewer points in a quarter 6 times, and 14 or fewer points in a quarter 3 times.
Talk about it.
Wow. That is one of the best defenses ever.
I mean,
I think we're gonna fluster Luca.
I just
I
feel
feel so
but
good
it's-
about flustering Luca in
but
this
the-
next series.
And even
Right.
then, like We just saw it. Jokic and Murray dropped 69 together, Zach. Oh, nice.
Yeah. They combined for 69?
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Luka and Kyrie can drop 70, 80 together. The Wolves are a complete team. They're not going to lose to just two guys.
And, Maxo, your point earlier is spot on. Luka doesn't play defense. So he won't be able to guard Edwards.
What? No. They're not going to be able. Their defense is going to be. Our offense is going to be just out of this world in this series.
The building on Wednesday is going to shake to its core.
God,
man. Guys, we're so close, guys.
These opportunities don't come a lot, man, to this city.
We're so close.
They're going to take advantage of it. These
opportunities come once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
You have to lose yourself in this moment.
Mom's spaghetti.
What about it?
Don't put your hand up.
I can't help it.
I don't get the bit.
Especially if I don't have my shirt on, right? I put my hand down. I don't know. I'm excited for you guys, man. Imagine that. Imagine your team might actually win a championship. The team you guys care about might actually win a championship.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
How about that? I mean, it's really, what percent chance do you say? Now, as we sit here.
Winning the title?
Winning the title, not this series, the title.
I fully expect them to at this point.
Percent chance then. Give me a percent
I would say.
Well, based on the Vegas odds.
I'd say 80.
Wow.
85.
It's way less than that.
He asked me my own opinion.
No, that's optimism. You're asking for the actual percent chance,
though, correct? Yeah, I'm asking for each of you, though. Yeah, give it to me.
My opinion?
Yeah, give it to me. Percent chance, honestly, really.
99? No, I think it's 50.
That they win the whole thing.
Good. Oh, thanks, Rose. Boston is good, man. But Max and I have talked about it. They don't play anybody.
Let's back it up. If we played Boston right now, I'd say it's about a 50-50 chance.
Right.
You got to get past Dallas first. We're favored. So I think that the chances that we win the NBA title is something like 37%.
That's it?
Yeah, based on math. I think they can do it, though. I truly thought
see them?
I could see it. I think the hardest round to get past is the one we just got past.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And if Denver gotten by us, it would have been a gentleman's sweep of the Mavs. Both these are the.
What is a gentleman's sweep?
4-1.
Okay.
Yeah, that one team wins one game.
Thank you for clarifying.
But these are the two best teams in the NBA. Denver and the Wolves. They just both are. It sucks that because of the way the season went that they aren't meeting in the Western Conference Finals, which they probably should have, but Wolves had a couple games go the wrong way, but the Wolves are head and shoulders the second best team in the NBA.
Okay, what?
So, but look at it like this. Here's the numbers that we're talking about if we want to talk about a betting number, right? Like when Tennessee a month ago, got the Wolves at 22-1. Give or take, you're thinking that means it's a 4 or 5% chance you're winning the title. If any of us are talking anywhere near 50%,
unreal.
That's how close we are.
I know.
Yeah, good point.
How cool for you guys, man. That's so awesome. Yeah. I can't tell you. I don't think I would. I'd have a hard time sleeping if the Vikings were in the NFC Championship.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I'd have a hard time sleeping.
I think that's what one of them said on the TNT bit last night is, because Kenny the Jets played. He won a couple of championships, didn't he, with the Rock? Yeah, exactly. Yep. He said, "Man, the problem with this game is Game 7. You've been up for 2 days. You're so jacked to get to this game."
Man. I don't know, man. Coach Finch actually brought attention to this and said this team doesn't know the Minnesota Timberwolves history.
Well, that's the thing.
Nor do they care.
That's what
we all do. Yeah. And bottom line, I'll put it at 90%. In my mind,
that's what Kendrick Perkins keeps saying.
Talk about it, Moss.
They don't know. They don't. They're more hungry than these other teams. Yeah. They don't know any better.
Yeah, you're right. That stuff.
And it's not going to be like a one season kind of thing. We're very used to that as Minnesota Vikings fans and Twins fans and all that. It's like one season. Oh man, there might be a chance. The future of this is really exciting.
They're all so young, and on the off chance that the NBA does expand, not the off chance they're going to expand in the next couple of years, and the Wolves get moved to the Eastern Conference.
Is that a thing?
It might happen. That's the rumor, is that because it would be Vegas and Seattle, so you have to balance the conferences. So it makes sense that if the Wolves, the Ricky Rubio, Andrew Wiggins Wolves would have made playoff runs in the Eastern Conference. So if we get moved to the Eastern Conference, either way, dynasties aren't a thing as much in the NBA anymore, unless you're going to build a super team like the Warriors had. We saw the stat or whatever. A lot of these teams aren't even making it back to the Western Conference Finals. So this It's wide open for them for the foreseeable future.
What if we built a super team naturally? What if
we
actually
might have?
Way, you know, like
well, you
we might have.
They got Jaden J-Mac, right?
J-Mac, yeah. I don't know why you guys won't call him that.
And Ant in the same draft.
Yeah. And we drafted Cat too, right?
Yeah, Cat was the number 1 overall pick in 2015. Yeah,
we didn't. Reed was a steal.
Everybody but Rudy and Mike Conley, pretty much.
Right now on ESPN, Monica McNutt, Tim Legler, Jay Williams, and Mike Greenberg, they all asked him who's going to win the NBA title. 3 out of the 4.
Like I said, 90%.
Well, yeah, but Greeny has to pick the East.
Has to pick the East
Greeny
Coast.
is the most East. Whoa, what did you say, Rossi?
Yay!
Oh, is the most East Coast biased guy on TV.
He's talking to me.
Hard.
Yeah, hi, Rose.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's great.
This is a good day, right? This is a really good day.
And a week from now, I'll be off the bandwagon if they lose 2 or 3, and we'll go from there.
It might all go to hell, but right now is a good day.
They have home court advantage,
Does anybody feel better about their lives than Tim Connolly? Just going, I told you this is going to work.
But he seems like such a cool cat. Listen to him with Burrow. I don't think I bet he was excited like last night, like I get excited when I make a good bowl of cereal. Like, you know, I mean, I don't think anything gives him too much of a rush. It's super fun.
When they made that trade the day before the 4th of July, a couple days before the 4th of July,
touch it.
That got panned as a terrible trade. Terrible.
The Gobert trade.
The Rudy trade. They hated it. Everybody was like, what are they going to do?
People freaked
Gave
out
up too much.
But there were a ton of us. Let's not do complete revisionist history.
Sure.
A ton of us like me that said, I think this is too much, but we got to shake it up. We got to gamble. You got to do something to change the 35-year history of this stupid team. So it was a ton to give up. But if they can get a title in year 2,
oh my gosh,
does it even matter if it doesn't work out for the next 3, 4, 5 years? You go all in, and this is exactly why Tim Connolly gambled, because he thought it could pay off if the stars aligned, and so far it absolutely has. Now, it also had to overlap with the ascension of Ant.
You had to get Ant.
You have to project that correctly, that Ant takes that next step, and he clearly has.
100%, I know we're at the end, but you said it, Corey. The other way wasn't working. You had to do something to shake it up.
Got to gamble. And it worked.
Hey, today was fun.
Yeah, come on, man. This is
the
a
next
good
couple
day.
of weeks
Enjoy
are going to be fun. Maybe the next month is going to be fun. We'll see.
Because I'd written them off 3 days ago. I'd written them off at halftime.
You said you would have rather watched your own funeral than Game 6.
But that was a test.
And they passed it.
They passed it. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is Wednesday against the Mavericks. Head coach of the Timberwolves, Chris Finch, starts with Paul Allen right after this on The Fan.